All right, let's lighten up now. Australian golfer Cameron Smith, of course, as you know, won the 150th edition of the British Open at Royal St Andrews a year ago. And 6 weeks later, he defected from the PGA Tour to go and join the Live Golf at the urging of Aussie Greg Norman. It was a massive financial deal. Smith is now back to defend his title at a place called Hoylake outside of Liverpool. Starts at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. What a great time. Sports broadcaster and former touring professional golfer Mark Allen joins us now for a preview. Mark, great to see you again.
Nice to see you. It's exciting when the Open's in town.
3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, fantastic. Can't wait.
What sort of form is Cameron Smith in? Can he defend his title this time?
Yeah, he's back in business. He won a Live event a couple of weeks ago now. I believe his practice rounds have been sensational. The golf course is going to suit him. Last year's golf course, St Andrews, where he won, it's an open track. This one's the second most open golf course that they play on the rotation over there. It's very American. It's not as dry as when we saw Tiger win there in 2006.
Well, I was going to ask you about that because I've heard that Tiger at Hoylake, when it was dry, we don't want to get too technical for the audience, but he didn't use a driver at all.
Used it once and hit it sideways.
In 4 days.
Hit it sideways. The week before, he actually hit the driver a few times and came second, hitting it as bad as I've ever seen him, and hit 2-iron all week and won the tournament, moving away from the rest of the field. That won't happen this week. The course is very soft. It's been raining all week. There's forecast rain for rounds 2, 3 and 4. So it's going to be as an American setup as it is possible for a British Open.
We've got, obviously, Adam Scott. We've got, of course, Mark Leishman.
Yep, Minwoo Lee.
Minwoo Lee, who's a fabulous young kid out of WA. Do you give any of them a chance?
If Minwoo Lee gets off to a good start, he's away. He's got enough arrogance and young spark to actually do something special. But really, Cameron Smith's our big hope. He can win from anywhere. He could win wire to wire, or he could come from behind the last day like he did last year.
Of the other nationalities, who's your favourite?
Well, I think Brooks Koepka, we're not even talking about this bloke. He wins majors for fun. So I can't believe no one's talking about him. I think Jon Rahm's very good as well. But Scotty Scheffler, when you look at just his numbers, if we're just looking at stats, he leads 3 different hitting categories and he's number 4 in the up and down category. If his putter goes half decent this week, he wins.
A friend of mine was going through customs in Tokyo Airport the other night and ran into Matsuyama. Thinks it's an omen bet that we should have a few dollars on him.
Well, I had a look at the odds. He's about 80 bucks. So if it's an omen bet, it maybe put a couple of shekels on. Who knows?
You are a Victorian. You love sport.
Yeah.
It's your life. You like talking about it. What did you make of the Commonwealth Games debacle?
Well, I go back a year and I can't believe he took it when nobody wanted it. When we, as a state, were virtually bankrupt.
Yeah.
Virtually. You know, our debt's going the wrong way. How anybody at that stage could think that spreading a Commonwealth Games across the state, the most expensive possible thing he could do, was baffling. And now, a year later, he comes out and says, the reason we're not putting it on is because it's too expensive.
Well, back in February, I wrote a column saying, why would you, if you were running Victoria and you wanted to have a big sporting event, spread it around the state when you've got the MCG, Amy Stadium, Rod Laver Arena, Marvel Stadium. You've got the swimming centre used for the 2006 Commonwealth Games. You've got the National Netball Centre, the National Hockey Centre. It makes absolute... It's crazy.
It was his ego talking. I think we all understand that now. And no one can believe what's happened today. Oh, well, we can. That's wrong. We can believe what happened today. It's standard for Victoria at the moment, and it's very, very sad.
Mark, it's always a pleasure to catch up. Thanks for coming in and see us. Mark Allen there.